What's up? Wellness Beats Reacts. It's your girl Katie. I'm a mental health volunteer advocate. I am a sound healing practitioner. I'm getting certified in Reiki. I'm an undergrad in psychology. I am a mom to three beautiful children. I have a great partner that is doing all of this editing. He is learning with me. It's quite a process that goes behind this. I will admit, the first reaction video that I ever watched, I didn't think it was easy, but I didn't know how hard it was. And there's a lot that goes into it. So my partner, Rush, shout out to him because he's amazing. He's making this possible, because without it, I probably would not know how to do this. I mean, it would take me a while. I could figure it out, but it would take me a while. So, still the same thing, you know, living with those mental health conditions that make this reaction different, makes it unique-ish. There's plenty of other people that are doing it, but I am going to be reacting to songs, speaking about mental health, but also just loving it. It doesn't matter if it's a dance song, if it's a party song, then I'm just gonna vibe. But, you know, if there's something to do with mental health, I am gonna talk about it. Unless I'm just too excited or something and forget or whatever. But this one, the reason that I'm doing it is because of my daughter. She's 8 years old, and I'll talk about it after. I'm gonna try not to pause too much because I just want to talk about it afterwards. Something's gonna happen at the end, and I don't know what exactly yet, but I'm pissed about this topic. It very much relates to me. I mean, the first time that I ever watched it, I was thinking about me. Nothing had happened with my daughter yet. Yeah, we'll talk about it after. Let me just get into this. I know you guys are here to see Ren, not me. So, Dominoes by Ren. Let's go!
Oh, you build this like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. Oh, you build this like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. You build us up just to knock us back down. Funny how you act surprised when we hit the ground. We're like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. So bleed me of all my self-belief. My smile shows all my insecurity. In a kingdom of photoshopped kings and queens will never feel happy with ourselves, but insecurity sells. Dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. Oh, you build us like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. You build us up just to knock us back down. Funny how you act surprised when we hit the ground. We're like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. I hide my head under the sheets, 'cause how can I face a world that ridicules the weak? Where beauty is sold on the shelves, forbid that we find it in ourselves. And now I'm broke, it don't come cheap. Oh, you build this like dominoes, dominoes.
Very true. Insecurity sells. They want us to keep buying and buying products, hair dye, makeup, self-tanner, go to a tanning salon because your skin's color is not good enough. Hair color is not good enough. Your eye color, you know, there's contacts that are different colors to change your eyes. Lashes, nails, clothes, shoes, jewelry. I mean, you have to have all of that to make you feel better about yourself. So you spend money that you could save towards a house, a car, whatever, you know, to get you out of the situation that you're in or enhance the situation you're in. I don't know, but still, you're spending money on products that you don't need. You don't need it. You don't need it. I will explain that later. I mean, everybody knows, but I will talk about how I feel about it, my opinion, later.
Dominoes falling. Oh, you built us like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. You build us up just to knock us back down. Funny how you act surprised when we hit the ground. We're like dominoes, dominoes, dominoes falling. Araya was the most beautiful girl in this world. She shined like diamonds and rubies and pearls. But then, as soon as she turned 13, she forgot just how bright that it was that she gleamed. Stuck in the material world of magazines that glamorize fake and Photoshop beauty queens. Top 10 beauty tips making her feel inadequate. For the first time in her life, she felt ugly. So Araya stopped eating to lose weight. She spent her dinner money on some makeup for her face. But no matter how much she lost or how much she bought, she was never good enough, or so she thought. Araya felt she could never be loved. She started cutting her wrists and hiding her scars with gloves. At 16, an anorexic beauty queen, she collapses in.
I feel like that's something that doesn't really get talked about much, or not much, but not enough, is self-harm. I got calls, a lot of calls for that too. And that can come in so many different forms. It does not have to be just cutting. It's a huge, huge, huge problem. Issue that we deal with. Some people deal with.
In a puddle of her tears and blood, cause she never felt enough. She never felt enough. Your sellers told this lie that we must buy to keep in touch. We can never buy enough, never buy enough. All the riches in the world can't buy a sense of self-love. Funny how you act surprised when depression's levels rise, when you force feed inadequacy straight into our eyes. Television shows that praise the beautiful people, and talent competitions that just laugh at the feeble. Billboards, magazines, people turn to plasticine, molded like a factory. We're growing up to fear, feeling ugly. It's lunacy, and not even a community. Cause insecurity breeds judgment, judgment breeds hate, no unity. And hierarchy based upon aesthetics is what makes a kid in school get bullied for genetics. And
I mean, that's a topic that I never thought of until I watched this. And I've been surrounded by this topic. I didn't think about the fact that it's also dividing us. I mean, I have thought about it, you know, before, but I haven't thought about it as in depth as this. Because Ren makes it that way, right? He gives us this information that is easy for us to digest and process. And is relatable. So many people go through this. So many. Feeling that they're ugly at an early age. Yeah, you know what? Like I said, I'll talk at the end. I'm sorry.
I felt so ugly growing up. The way that I look sometimes got me beaten up. I mean, what the fuck? Sort of culture do we live in when we're defined by the shape of our face, when we're ashamed by the size of our waist, when we're imprisoned by the form that we take? And so we keep buying and spending. That's just how this story goes. You build us up just to knock us back down, and we just keep falling.
Like dominoes. All right. I have an eating disorder. I've had it since I was little, around that age. You know, puberty starts and you're already being judged. Are you wearing the right shoes? Are you wearing the right clothes? When I was growing up, my family was extremely poor. And my biological mother bought clothes from, you know, thrift shops and stuff like that, and I was so embarrassed because everybody knew it. That wasn't brand name clothes, that wasn't brand name shoes. I didn't get beaten up for the way that I looked, but it, you know, I don't think that this is necessarily true, but you know how people say verbal abuse can be worse than physical abuse because the bruises fade. Well, that's not true, right? It's the same kind of, well, not the same, but it's a different kind of trauma, being physically abused and being mentally abused. They both stay with you, but for me, I've got to say I've had both, and in relationships where there was both, and the mental was worse. Definitely causes depression. Like Ren said, depression levels rise. You know, you're surprised. Oh God, why does everybody have mental health conditions? Why is this happening? Why is this such a, you know, why is the suicide rates up? And yes, I work for a organization, a suicide prevention organization. So people do act surprised. Why? Why is it getting so bad? Because from a very young age, we are force-fed bullshit about how we're supposed to look. You have to be thin. Everybody know I'm old, you know, I was born in 80, so I remember, it still happens, but I mean, I remember looking at those stick thin models, and I'm sorry, but if you see that, that's what you think you were supposed to look like. And you have, you know, people in school that are attracted to a certain type of person, and for the most part, at least when I was in school, it wasn't me. It didn't look like me. I had thick ass glasses because I'm blind as a fucking bat. Always have been. My hair, I got lice when I was little, and my biological mother had she was lazy. She didn't want to comb out anything, you know, like normal parents would do, I guess, or caring parents would do. I don't like the word normal, but caring parents. She didn't sit there and like comb out anything. My friends got it. Their parents did that. They got to keep their long, beautiful hair. My mom chopped mine off. I mean, you know, chopped it off, and it was down to my lower back. And I was 9. Yeah, 9. And to make up for it, because I was bawling my eyes out seeing my long hair being cut off and just looking at myself and being so terrified that people were going to make fun of me, because they always did anyway, for my clothes and what I didn't have. I was very, very thin. So I actually have gotten both. You're too skinny. My weight fluctuated. I did not know why then, but my weight fluctuated as I got into puberty. Not much, you know, a few pounds or something. But those few pounds were actually brought up from my biological mother, not from the other kids. She would know. She would see it and tell me that it was, you know, it needed to stop. I had to conform, become what she and everyone else thought that I needed to look like. But that's me. And it's... kids are, you know, they don't know any better. They don't realize the impact that this is going to have on somebody 30 years later. But it stays with you. It doesn't go away. There is ways to get through it and to process through it and work with your, you know, a mental health care professional, therapist, counselor, psychologist. There's ways to get through it and to cope and to manage it and you know, to obtain recovery. It is not only possible, it is, you can totally do it. And it's hard. It's very hard work to undo. Whether you're young or older, it's hard to undo all of that trauma. But it is extremely possible. Anything to please go get treatment from a mental health care professional. You would do it for, you know, any kind of physical illness. Why don't we do that for mental health? Why is it so stigmatized? Mental health and physical health, same. Okay? I want everybody to understand that. It's the same. In my opinion, everyone should go seek treatment with a mental health care professional, because most of us, I'm sorry, in my opinion, the little bit of research that I've done, again, not a mental health care professional, I'm an undergrad, but I've done a lot of research for myself and because of what I'm about to say. But in my opinion, we all suffer with a mental health condition from one degree to another. Whether it's a little anxiety, or you're in your bed and can't get out of your room, can't function, can't work, don't want to hang out with anybody, you're isolating. There's, you know, definitely different ranges for everyone, but everyone deals with something at some point in their life. Grief. You know, that's not a mental health condition, but I'm just saying it can turn into depression, anxiety. Unlike he said in the beginning, insecurity sells. Like I was talking about, you spend your money on it. So it affects you financially. It affects you mentally, physically. Most importantly, though, that's enough about me. Way enough about me. This channel is going to be fun. It really is. I'm going to have my entire family reacting with me to different genres. I like all music. Music is therapy. So I'll react to anything. You guys, please, you know, request some songs for me to react to. Anyway, my daughter, 8 years old, and she's worried about being fat. Why? I am so worried about her. I am so worried that she's gonna go down the same path that I did. Sorry. No, I'm not sorry. People cry. It's okay. It's okay to feel all the feels. We all do. And this is my daughter that I'm talking about. So yeah, fuck yeah, I'm gonna cry. All right? Then she was worried about her glasses. She got bad eyesight from me. Definitely me. I just took her to an eye appointment, and that's what they said, and it sucks. Because I am blind. She is worried about glasses. She's worried she's gonna be made fun of for that. She told me she looks better without them. Even though she can see 100% better. Or not 100% better, but, you know, the best that she can see. She's worried about that and wants to get rid of them because of that reason. She has play makeup. Don't get me wrong, I do not let my 8-year-old go out with a face full of makeup, okay? She plays with it at home. We play spa days. She loves it. It's fun. I get it. I did the same thing. Nothing wrong with that. Except for the fact that now she thinks she's ugly without it. She told me that. She didn't use the word, oh, I don't look as good without it, or, which would have been equally as bad, but somehow hearing it that abrupt way, oh no, Mom, I'm ugly without it. What the fuck? What are we doing to our kids? It's so fucked up. And again, I encourage anybody that's going through something like that, anything, it doesn't have to be an eating disorder or something like that, but low self-esteem, please go get help for it. Please go get treatment. Because it's spirals. It gets out of control. I had an attempt when I was 16 because of this. Because of the way that I looked. I hated myself. I hated myself. I wanted to be anybody else. And I don't want that for her. I don't want that for anybody. We have got to do better. I don't know the solution. Well, I do. I mean, we all do, right? Just stop. Stop doing this. Stop showing people in social media. I didn't even grow up with social media and it was bad. Our kids are growing up with social media and seeing it even more and being told with ads, you're not going to look like this unless you do this. You're not going to look like that unless you buy this. Oh, our product's better. We can cover up your face even more. Buy our hair dye because your hair is, you know, going to be shinier and smoother and people are going to like to run their fingers through it. Who gives a fuck? I'm trying so hard. Me and my partner both. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about the song, which, I mean, my God, who wouldn't love the song? Because it's... Bryn is so incredibly talented, but that aside, what I mostly love about Ren, and this is the reason I went down the rabbit hole with Ren, and why he has risen to the top of the list as far as my favorite artist so quickly, which has never happened before. And like I said, I'm old. But he brings these topics to light that we need to talk about. We need to have these conversations. There are so many... Our young people don't know what to do. They don't want to talk to anybody about it. Friends, family, they're embarrassed. It's shameful. That's what they feel like. That's what you feel like. You feel ashamed. You feel embarrassed. You feel ugly. I can do my fucking best to make sure she understands that no, you are beautiful without all of that. And it's absolutely true, and you guys will see. She's going to react with me on Sundays because that's going to be Kids Day. And she's going to, I mean, you'll see. She's absolutely beautiful. My partner's from Bangladesh. I'm Italian, American. And she's beautiful. God, she's just beautiful, you will see. But we have to do better. We have to do better for our kids. We have to do better for ourselves. I'm sorry that this was so long. I'm sorry that I rambled, but this topic is really important, and I just felt an urge to react to it because this song is so important. And Bren, this is such a great song. So important. Thank you so much for doing this. I know this was a long time ago, and you should have gotten the recognition then. You need to have it now because this is important and people need to hear this. There are so many people that need to hear this, like myself. I showed it to my daughter. She still told me she felt ugly afterwards. She was like, yeah, but there's people that really are beautiful, but, you know, I'm not. I don't know if she's being bullied because she does not talk about her emotions. She completely shuts down about that. She will not discuss feelings or emotions. It makes her cry. It makes her uncomfortable. She's always been like that. We don't push her because you can't. You can't force someone to talk if they don't want to. And we don't want to see her suffer. I mean, she's, you know, she has like a panic attack if we try to talk to her about it. So I don't know what's going on in her mind with it. I just have to try my best. I'm gonna do something weird. Yeah. I am so self-conscious, you guys, that I missed the last run premiere, and that would have been my first. I was in the bathroom trying to figure out how to do my makeup so I wouldn't look ugly. And I wouldn't get so much hate in the comments, which I will anyway. And why should I care about that? I usually don't. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about me. That's why this channel is what it is. Sometimes you're gonna get this, sometimes you're gonna get 8-minute videos. I don't know. But this is an outlet for me. It's therapeutic. I love it. I love doing this, and my God, if you've been in here and hung in with me this long, thank you so much. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I know. I watch all the reactors. Love watching reactions. And I know how sometimes if you click on a video and you're like, oh my God, 30 minutes? No. But, you know, sometimes it's gonna be like that. But I'm gonna do something and talk about something that I'm really uncomfortable with. And I want people to know that, I mean, I'm in front of a camera, something I never would have done 6 months ago. Like I tell people, I've been in recovery with my anxiety, and my anxiety was bad. So I'm gonna do something to show you guys that you don't have to have all of it. I wear a beanie because sometimes you can see gray in my hair, even though I dye my hair black. You can see gray in it sometimes. Peeps through. Everybody that has that issue knows gray is gonna show up on black, obviously. I wear this beanie to cover that up. I do this with my hair to try to cover this up because I gained weight, and now look at that. Like, I see it in videos and I hate it. I hate it so much that I was gonna ask my partner to try to crop it out. Like, what? That's ridiculous. It's me. It's me right now. Yes, I am eating healthy. I will lose weight, probably, because I'm exercising now, and I'm eating what I am supposed to be eating for myself, for my autoimmune disease. But I don't want that to be what it was when I did this and said, like, yeah, I know I'm gonna lose weight and I like that. No. I'm gonna be healthy, I'm gonna feel better, and I can do whatever I want that I haven't been able to do the last few years. That's why I should be doing it, and that's why I am doing it. So, give me 1 second. Look at that. If you look close enough, you can see the gray. There's some gray in there. And I showed you this. Look at that. It's horrible. To me. It was. But you know what? I don't care. I do not care. I'm gonna stand up and show you that I am not thin. I'm just showing that I'm not thin. I don't give a fuck. And I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. I've told you guys before, I don't allow hate on this channel. I will ban people that are haters. But hate against me, I don't care. I've had it. I know how to deal with it. Hate on me all you want. You're not gonna break me. You're not gonna hurt me. Not anymore. I'm comfortable with who I am. I'm getting there, I should say. It was really hard for me to do. I mean, you have no idea. I will not meet my partner's friends. Actually, I won't meet them. I do now, but I didn't. I was scared. I had to look perfect because I was afraid that he was gonna get hated on for having an ugly wife, or, you know, more so that I was gonna get hated on and I couldn't take it. I've had it all my life. I don't want that anymore. When I was in relationships, I was cheated on constantly. And I was like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I keep someone? Well, guess what? You don't need anybody but yourself. And I know people say that, and I know it's so hard to believe. Believe me, I know. You guys have no idea how hard that was for me to do right now. But I did it because I want everyone to know that you don't need to look like you don't need to fit in a box. You don't need to look like what other people make you think you need to look like. If somebody tells you something, fucking let that shit roll off, please. If you can, try. Give yourself plenty of self-care, self-love. I did something where I went in this journey with recovery. I volunteer with mental health organizations because I want to help people. I want them to know that there's hope, and I want you guys, each and every one of you, to know that there's hope. I got derailed. I did something where I went in the bathroom because I heard somebody say this on a podcast, and I was just like, you know what? I've never done that. Let's see what happens. I went in the bathroom, looked in the mirror, hugged myself, and told myself I loved myself. And I just started crying because I've never done that. This was very recent. I've actually told my friends to do that because it's kind of amazing the feeling that you get, because it is in us to love ourselves. Meditate. I'm gonna have a channel for sound healing and mental health. This is obviously a music video reaction channel, but you guys can talk to me, please. If anybody needs help, please reach out. Not that I'm a mental health care professional. I'm not gonna take place of that at all, but I am here to talk because I do understand. I do. It's not the same situations, but it is very similar. We have similar situations. That's why we all resonate with this. Or relate to this, I'm sorry. Why it resonates with us. Because we all have insecurities. Some kind of insecurity. I love where he says insecure teeth. I have that too. I want to go get my teeth whitened. I want to get this tucked. But we all do it, right? Let's not. Let's instead invest our time from going to... I used to have violet eyes. It was kind of unique, pretty unique. I didn't know anybody else that had them. So I chose the violet contacts, had different colored eyes, constantly changing my hair color, which is fun, by the way. There's nothing wrong with that. But what's wrong with it is that we're doing it for other people. We're not doing it for us. If you want to wear pounds of makeup, if that makes you feel better and you look in the mirror and you're like, fuck yeah, I'm feeling myself today. Straighten your hair, curl your hair, dye your hair. Buy clothes that are expensive just because you love them or love that brand or love what that brand stands for. Sometimes that's the case. Do that if it's for you. Don't do it for anybody else. Because chasing what anybody else thinks about you, you're never going to feel satisfied. It's never going to be good enough. Trust me. All right. I love you guys. Peace.